All right, this is part two of the project of sanding and painting the table and chairs at the condo location. Just to recap, in part one, we sanded, surface sanded the rust off, everything, and it looks pretty good still. We did that over really the course of a few days as I had time here and there. And now we're going to start applying spray paint. So just to rehash this again, in the summer months, this is a rental location, and we had a tenant last year that was upset with rust on the table and threatened not to come back. And this is what it really looked like last year. Over the winter time, it rusted out a little bit more, but really September, when I came back after the rental season was over, this is what the table looked like. Some people, I guess. So we wanted to make sure that they come back and they're happy. So we will make sure that this table is all set. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do this in here, because then I will have to end up repainting the walls because I will likely get spray paint everywhere. So we're going to go out into the yard here. So we'll take this. I hope I'm on camera somewhat, but we'll make sure we're all on camera. So I think we're gonna start like that. Maybe I can put you up here, right in the sunlight. Apologize for that. I'm trying to move you over because I'm going to bring another chair down. Try to hit two at a time. All right. So we'll leave you like this. Maybe zoom you in a little bit. All right, so I thought I would try doing underneath first. So we'll see. Oh, this is a fail. The nozzle's clogged. Let's see. Let's see if we can get something like a nail or something to get that out. I'll be right back. All right, well, yesterday when we started this, yes, it's a day later since that very short clip, we had clogged paint can, and I was unable, with what I had here at the condo, to unclog it, the nozzle. So I went back to the main location, found that I had still yet two more cans of spray paint, tested them. We should be good to go. So while no time passed for you, 24 hours passed for me. So we're gonna now try this. Yeah. All right.
struggling with this one a little bit. It's almost empty, and I just wanted to use it up before I started a new one. So he looks a million times better. This is empty. It's not kind of the order I wanted to do it, but I was struggling to get the paint out of there, so I just wanted to use it in a way that I could get the most out of it. All right. Oh yeah, you can tell this one I don't think was even used. All right. Hope this just isn't gloss. If not, I have yet another can. Hang on. No, that's paint. I love the smell of this stuff. That's why I'm glad I can do this outside and not a garage. I would have to take it back to the other location. Supposed to rain later, so the idea is to get this done and get them covered up, get them dry, and then get them back tucked away. Yeah, you can definitely see the difference in one's semi-gloss and one's gloss, so I think it's a minor difference, but it's underneath the chair, so it shouldn't be a problem. Should be good to go. I feel like you waste a lot of paint with this because it's not a solid surface. Typically very windy around here, and it's nice not having the wind to combat doing this. Otherwise you end up painting yourself. already used like half this can. I'm gonna definitely need more. There's a little breeze. In an effort to hopefully make it easier for myself, the goal was to do the bottoms first and then flip them up. That actually was pretty easy to do there. I do have a third can of paint. It's more like a flat black, but again, I'm trying to use what I have. Let's see. I can slip by the camera. But yeah, big difference between what we got going on here. All right, let's see if I can get you on that one. So that's the third chair. All right. Normally I would never get this close to spray paint, but just because you have all those openings. Having them like this at the different angles gives you a good opportunity to look at them. See where you might have gotten the paint. What I do is people tend to be fussy, so there's going to be a little paint on the grass. And just take some nosy old person to just paint on the grass. But obviously it grows, it gets cut. So the good thing with the back is you hit them, and then when you put them upright, you can hit them from the other angle. All right, so I'm gonna grab the fourth chair and then grab a little more paint. So let's get the fourth chair over here. I have to move the camera to do that.
I'm gonna put you right here for a second.
So of course I should have thought more carefully about my placement. This one, this. That'll work. I just don't want to get the brick. Alright, so let's grab yet another can of paint.
You can see what I'm doing. All right, somewhere we got cut off. I think it was a battery issue. So while I was painting and talking, we painted the underneath all of them. So I got into my last container of paint, and we got all 4 chairs underneath, and what we'll do now is let them dry, go back and look for any imperfections, spots that we have to touch up, go over. This doesn't have to be perfect. It's underneath metal chairs that are outside that have cushions on them that are used in a rental property. So it's not like we're trying to paint fine furniture here. Once that's complete, flip them, paint them, do the same thing. And then we have the table. And if you watched the first part of the video, the table, it has similar, it's really the same type of surface as these chairs with the metal mesh. So you just end up using a ton of paint because you waste so much of the overspray going through. That's why you're able to get a little closer with the paint can. Normally on a solid surface, I like to fog it on and then let it dry, fog it on again, and just put multiple coats, thin coats on, so you don't get dripping or just like those tacky spots. I do have probably about 3/4 or so of that can that I was just using to finish. I used a full can, used like not even 1/4 of a can I had left from something else. So I'm thinking I'm gonna need what I have left in a can and another full can to finish these chairs. Because the tops of the chair should be a little easier because I don't have all those like the rungs in the legs. And then, but for the table, minimum 2 cans, if not 3 cans. So I'm thinking I pick up 3 more cans to start. All right, so we'll let these dry and we'll come back. So now it's time to start spray painting the bottom side of the table. So I have to, on my own, move it out there onto the lawn. Now, I was taking a quick look at the chairs that we had done earlier in this video, and they need a little touch up, mainly on the back surfaces. So we'll come back around to do that. In fact, I'll probably do that in here because this should be okay. You might hear on camera or see it is windy, so it's not going to make this the most pleasant probably experience. So let's try to get this table out. All right. I might just put it on its side and roll it. Ooh, that's just gonna work. I actually don't like the word perfect. I could get into a whole thing. I should do a whole nother video on words I don't like. Nothing's perfect, so people use the word perfect. Another one is the word brilliant. It's misused so often. People say, they'll say, oh, how's the weather today? It's sunny. Brilliant. The sun being out is not brilliant. If you solve a cold case murder, that's brilliant. Anyway, I'm nitpicking. I feel like people in the UK use the word brilliant. Brilliant, cheers, which is cool. But, oh, I digress. Alright, so let's get the pollen out here. So, if I was at the main location, see if you can see how well you can see this. That's not bad. If I was at the main location, what I would do is put something under the table to like prop it up. And I don't have anything here at the condo location, so we're just gonna go right for it on the grass.
we expired this paint. It's good because this was some older paint that I had. I wanted to use on the bottom. Grab a fresh can.
We're almost done. Actually, this is going faster than I thought. You can see the difference. Now, granted, it looks darker because the grass is painted underneath it too, but
It should come out pretty good.
I'm probably going to end up just with enough paint. So it's like 5 cans of spray paint for 4 chairs and a table. All right.
Do that one. Pretty good.
Oof. Even with that wind, you can really get a whiff of that. All right, so what I should do is just hit these chairs, but be very careful about doing it.
spray goes on the other chair. Okay. I can't tell if there's pollen or whatever on that other one, on these chairs, I should say, that's making it look like they need a little help. I mean, this should definitely buy a number of more seasons. Okay, all right, so really what's left is the tabletop and just maybe even a quick touch-up tour to see what we got left. And that'll be the last part of this part of the video, I should say. So we divided this into two, which was part one was the sanding, part two is the painting, and from there we will be good to go. So we'll let this dry and we'll come back and flip it. Project complete. So table dried pretty quickly, a little breezy today, and it was out in the sun, so I brought it back up onto the deck. Double checked for any missed spots, so I just quick little spray around the edges and you know, just did a walkthrough, touched up on the chairs a little bit, but I think at that point I'm just getting crazy with it. So looking back, if I was at my main location or had more time, I might have taken my like electric sander to the edges of the table. You know, as you saw in the video, I sandpapered this pretty smooth, but there is a difference between some of the paint and the metal and where the old paint flaked off and whatnot. So, but all in all, this table should have years of use. Even if nothing's ever done with it after this, it should still have years. You know, essentially it has 2 coats of paint on it. If you think about the original paint, we sanded the rust out, light coat of sandpaper over the rest of it, and then we sprayed it pretty good. And this will just bake out here now in the sun, which is good. This paint will harden and we should be good to go. So if you have made it and stuck through part 1, part 2, and literally have watched paint dry as I've sprayed it, or during the sanding portion of this, I thank you for hanging in there, and really thankful for all the viewers. So if you feel up to it, comment, like, and if you haven't subscribed, certainly subscribe. If these types of projects are your thing, we just acquired a new location, so there's going to be lots of these types of projects going on and other things as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. All right, so now we're at a point finally, and this video of painting the table and chairs has gone on for like several weeks now, as I've been trying to fit this in between just life.
work, and being in the new location, trying to get out of here for the renters. So we just, in this final part, hopefully, we just need to do the top, which shouldn't take long. Yeah, there's some, you can see, this is all smooth from when we sanded. Just to recap, we did sand everything. The chairs look pretty good still. I see a spot or two here, which we can actually, I've gone over the chairs in touch-up format already, but my eyeball just caught a spot there. There we go. And I don't want to get too close to anything else before putting this on the lawn. And we had some really harsh weather last week. I was out of town. Like we actually had a nor'easter, a spring nor'easter. I know when this video airs, it'll probably be summer by the time I get it put up. All right. So just like before, I'm gonna roll this table out. Some sticks out there from before. So the grass doesn't look like it has been mowed, which is weird. They usually come Mondays. However, as of this recording, Monday was a holiday, so it's possible those guys were not here for that reason. Not so much because they don't work, but more so because this is like a rental property and people were here for the long weekend. All right. Make sure you can see what we're doing. All right. I really hope that one renter that I talked about, I think in the video, the very first video of when we were sanding, who complained about the table last year, which it didn't look nearly this bad. One, I've sanded it. Secondly, so you know, you can see all the metal, but by September, when I came back here after the renting season was done, it only had a few minor rust spots on it. Like if I was a stranger and just walked up and sat down, I wouldn't even think anything of it. She complained and complained, threatened not to rent again. So the choice was throw this all out and buy a new set, which I thought was ridiculous, or just put a little elbow grease in and clean it up, paint it, and you know what? If that doesn't satisfy this renter, then we can maybe look for another renter. I mean, that's the other way of doing it. Okay.
Alright, so we made it around, and what we'll do is go back in reverse, just slightly go over from this other angle. Sticks are everywhere from the stupid storm. I'm a fool. I said I would go around in a reverse direction. I went around in the same direction. But we'll go back this way. But it looks really good. All right, so that is good timing because, speaking of yard work, a couple doors down, there are a few workers doing some stuff with mulch. You can see it around the tree behind the table there. They're doing stuff along the property, so that's good. That looks freaking awesome. And hopefully they're done. How you doing? So, we will come back when this is dry and take a look, see if there's any touch-up that needs to happen, and then we will get it back up on the deck here, and that will likely be the end of it. So that looks good, you know, from this distance, from the camera's distance. Of course, I'm looking through a little screen. It looks like a new table. It's far from it, but really shouldn't be any complaints. I mean, really. And the other good thing is, I know sometimes paint can be a little tacky even when it's dry. This side gets sun. It'll be a few weeks before the renters get here, and the sun will beat on it and bake it, which is really good.